friends, it's Julie Norman, and I'm just popping on here today to tell you a funny story. I have been working on repainting some things, flipping thrift things. I've been watching a lot of the thrift store flipping videos, and it inspired me, and so I got a few things and at the local Goodwill, and I got some paint, and then yesterday I did a lot of painting. Then I went to Home Depot. But I had actually bought the spray paint, the Bear chalk paint. And the guy at Home Depot is really nice and helpful. He recommended, well, this is for another project. I went a little overboard. One of the things that Ginger Chick Rehab does is she starts everything with black, so I bought the black. And then I needed a clear protective coat. So I had all these things in my Home Depot bag. And after I did the white, I distressed a couple things, such as this was a metal candlestick, and now it's white, so now it's like a vintagey look. And I was ready to do a clear coat on it. So I went into my bag, and I didn't look too closely at it. And I saw this protective enamel name on this can. I thought, oh, that's my protective coat. And I went out, and I must not have shaken it as much because the first stuff that came out was clear, and I thought, oh, that's great. And then all of a sudden it came out black, and I was spraying the black paint on top of my nicely white painted distressed stuff. So I'm like, oh no. So then I stopped, and I rinsed it off a little bit, and I had to repaint it. And so then I thought, well, okay, now I gotta get the right one. I thought, oh, here is it. It's the Ultra Cover paint. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking this is it. So then I sprayed this on it. This is white spray paint. So there went all my distressed chalk paint. I really only had one option left. And the reason why I didn't pick this one up first was because it says chalk paint. So I thought this was my chalk paint. I thought I had bought two chalk paints. So then finally I realized this was my protective top coat. So just go to show you that when you see those great videos of how I flip this stuff, and you see them painting and looking like they're doing everything perfectly, there's probably some stories like this in the back that didn't quite work out. Yeah, I guess this would be it's kind of a fail. Not really a fail because I did fix it. Let me show you what I've been doing. So I did a cross. It'll be good for Easter. I have to do a little more distressing because I also sprayed this with black paint, and yeah, and then I had to go over it with white. But this one, the candle holder, turned out pretty well. This was a metal candle holder. It was kind of a weird two-tone. I've got a couple of these tin hooks, and this is the second one over here. This one, you might be able to see, has some black on it still. When I distress it, I'm hoping a lot of that comes off. I found this little birdie dish, a little sheepy, bighorn sheep, and then a sign. And I'm also working on a mirror over here. This was like a reddish tin mirror, but I'm making it antique-y looking. And now I just have to distress it. But because I waited so long, I guess you're only supposed to wait a few hours. I did let this dry overnight. I can't distress it with water, so I'm going to have to get some sandpaper and go outside. Today is cold, so I'm not going to do that today. Okay, so that is my funny story for today of my mishap with the spray paints and the clears and not reading things right, which is typical of me. There's so many times when I'm even doing a recipe or following a knitting pattern, and I think I know what I'm doing. I thought I read the instructions right, and it turns out it wasn't right. So just a little laugh to brighten your day today. Share with me some things that you tried and may not have worked out like you wanted it to. And of course, we always want things to work out perfectly the first time we try it. Whenever I've taught fiber arts and stuff, everybody wants to do perfect the first time that they do it. Well, especially as adults. Kids are okay. Kids are used to practicing and knowing that it's not going to work out first time. But adults, the older we get, the less patience we have for ourselves to have things work out right away. So just be patient with yourself and laugh a little bit, even though you may want to cry. And most of all, have a joyful day. Goodbye.